Hi Pisces, it's Amber here for Stephanie's Journey Tarot. Hope that you're very well. This is your love reading for August. It is a how does you actually feel about you spread. Pisces, this is for you if you have your Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Venus, 7th house ruled by Pisces. This is for you. Please do join my Instagram. I do daily messages, daily readings of the energies and messages for the day. And they're in written format, and I think you'll find them quite interesting, maybe helpful. I also leave like other posts and stuff that actually relate to spirituality, spiritual growth, and inspirational stuff. So yeah, please do join me and follow me there. I'm under the same name as YouTube, Stephanie's Journey Tarot. I'm also on Facebook every Monday or Tuesday, if I'm a bit late sometimes, for the weekly general readings for love and career. So you'll see those there as well. I'm on Teespring as well. You can get cups, mugs, towels, cushions, whatever you like, with your birth sign image on it. So if you're proud to be a Piscean, I think you will love the designs there. They're really, really nice. You can also get a personal reading from me by emailing me at persephonesjourneytarot@gmail.com, or even symbolsforliving@gmail.com, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook or even YouTube. You can leave me a comment. And I also want to let you know that my membership program on Gumroad comes with a free reading every month. I'll pull a card for you without any extra cost for you. It's £11.11 per month, and you get to see all of the extended readings, and I also pull one card for you and carry and actually answer a whole question. So you get basically a free one card reading every month for any situation that you're concerned about. I can look into it for you using the tarot cards and oracle cards. Well, sorry, no, there'll be one card reading, but knowing me, I'm quite generous. I'll probably end up pulling out more cards for you, and if I have time, I'll do whatever. So yeah, but usually it's a one card reading. So I think you'll like that. So there's a lot of different things you can get involved with regards to my tarot readings and what I do. So yeah, hopefully I'll be working with you soon. Feel free to timestamp this if you like. However, I would appreciate if you do listen to my little promotional spiel, because it all helps to support the channel. Yeah, I think I said everything. So Pisces, for August, how does your partner feel about you? And how do you feel about your partner? What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know about their love life? Thank you. Okay, so we've got the Page of Rods at the base of the deck. So yeah, exciting new beginnings, especially with the Star card there. You may have embarked on quite a long journey of recovery, of healing with the Star card there. Reached a new level of honesty, striking out on your own, being comfortable with being an individual, being comfortable with going against other people's opinions, and doing your own thing and standing out as a star. So really striking your own path there, especially with the Page of Rods. Definitely new beginnings, exciting new opportunities that I think you're really looking forward to exploring. So you've got quite a curious kind of energy about you this month with regards to relationships. We've got the Queen of Swords centrally, which talks about you possibly being quite defensive, definitely not wearing your heart on your sleeve. Maybe also trying to see a situation with a sense of humor, so detaching yourself from an emotional situation and having to be quite smart about things as well. Okay. The Eight of Wands is what's driving the situation, or what's hidden in your subconscious. So you're again here, very sure of your direction, very confident, very optimistic. I think you're even very optimistic in your thinking. So you do see things getting better and better and better with regards to your love life or this particular relationship. You could very much be in love with someone as well, and you could be communicating that with them. There could be a lot of humor in the communication between you two. and it's the optimistic communication and all the plans for the future and just the upbeat energy when it comes to the way that you guys do communicate that I think really keeps the relationship going forward. The Seven of Wands for the past. So you may have been quite defensive in the past. Again, maybe about a decision that you made about this person, about a situation, about your relationship. You've made a decision and you've stood by it. You may have had a lot of people saying, don't do that. You should think about this. How about another way? I don't think you're doing this right. But you're quite strong in your decision and you're really not having any more people telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing. If this is your partner, or you're really putting a line in the sand and you're moving forward optimistically because you know that the path that you've chosen is going to lead to more growth. And I don't think you're really bothered if it's going to be hard work or not. You're feeling tough enough to get through this. And then again, we've got the Justice card. So you're hoping that justice will be served. You're hoping that, your truth will be known, that you will reach a decision if you haven't already done so. But definitely speaking your mind, weighing up the options. You're the judge in this situation. Again, you're not allowing anyone to tell you what's right and what's wrong. You are using your own judgment here. And it's a massive learning lesson, a massive learning curve. And I think that you are really maturing as an individual as you're going through this process. And then we've got the Three of Swords as the outcome. So yeah, you may be giving someone some bad news. You may be telling someone that, it's just not going to work. I've made a judgment here. And yeah, this could be heartbreaking on both sides. I can see a separation here as well. So if this is someone that you are having, like I said, you've got kind of a humorous, kind of positive, upbeat kind of communication style with a particular person. Maybe it is a fire sign that you're interested in at the moment. Maybe they're a bit younger than you as well, or there's an age difference. You could possibly come to the realization in the near future that this person may not meet the mark. Or again, you could be having to say, if this is a situation where you've had to, there was maybe competition, or you're having to put people in their place, you could find that you're having to do that more and more, and it could be quite hurtful for the other person. So you may be delivering bad news, but you could also be kind of receiving some sort of truth that kind of is disappointing in a way where it just doesn't meet your expectations. So you could have had a lot of expectations, a lot of like seeing something going one way and really it's gone another way. But really it's also a card of separation. So it could be separation from these people that you've had to kind of keep at arm's length. It could be possibly that you decide to make a judgment on something, and you decide to move away from it no matter how much it hurts. Or it could be that you've received some sort of disappointing information in the near future. But we're going to go ahead and clarify so we can really see what's happening here. The Three of Swords is kind of a minor breakup anyway. It's a short-term thing, like an argument. And I think it's just you're coming out quite strong as the Queen of Swords. You're being very blunt. You're not really taking any prisoners. But we've got here the Nine of Cups and the High Priestess here. So I think you're the one creating distance, like I said. I think you're in quite a strong position. And as we said, we've got the Page of Rods. You're trying new things. You're trying to be a bit more creative, maybe in your communication. Communication could be a big deal, I think, this month with regards to your relationships. With the Queen of Swords coming out and the Eight of Wands coming out and the Page of Rods as well. And even the Star card can suggest communication over the wires on the internet and things like that. And then we've got the Moon card, your card here. Well, it's also related to Cancer, but strictly speaking, it's related to Pisces. So yeah, I think you're following your star, going for your dreams, getting back into the swing of things, back in your element. Possibly falling back on your intuition, no longer looking at things in a way where if I don't see anything good happening, then nothing good's happening. It's like you maybe have a lot of faith in the unknown, in the, you know, that's where you maybe really excel, is where you're able to kind of use your imagination to manifest, you know, your and envision the kind of future that you want. That could be probably where you're best suited, at the depths of the sea, or in, you know, that kind of environment of having to feel your way around and use your intuition rather than so yeah, this whole new thing for you, doing something new, being a bit out of your depth. I think you actually are quite comfortable there. Okay, I think you're kind of coming back into your element, and there is a kind of sense of healing as well for you as well, with the star card there. And you're moving forward this month with confidence and enthusiasm and curiosity as well. So learning curves and positivity, a lot of passion as well. You're dealing with an Emperor and a King of Swords. Okay, so this guy's a bit bossy, just a little bit. This person could be a bit of a control freak as well. I mean, the King of Swords is someone who is always 500 steps ahead, very calculated, very strategic, very much the businessman. So you could also be dealing with authority figures as well. The King and Queen of Swords can also talk about possibly a married couple, soulmates as well. This could be the man of your life who's maybe quite domineering, and maybe that's why you're having to be quite strong as well. If you are dealing with someone that is, you know, quite domineering and only sees one way forward, you're having to really put your foot down here and take your emotions out of it, because you may find that dealing with this person in an emotional way really won't get you anywhere, because these people need these characters, or these archetypes, these energies. They need they need solid facts. They need a planned outcome. They don't do well in that whole Pisces energy of feeling your way around. They would probably go crazy and probably lose their temper as well, probably quite easily. These people need to kind of see things coming. So yeah, very strong individual. Now this could be two people that you're dealing with as well. Maybe you're choosing between these two. Maybe that's what the Justice card is about. But I do see you here in the past having to defend yourself, and with these kind of, this is one person, then yeah, this person probably is very good at talking. This person could also be kind of abusive as well. I don't really want to go to the dark side, but the King of Swords and the Emperor card does talk about someone that is very blunt, very harsh. There's, you know, they're both looking in one direction. They only see one way. And, you know, in this case, this character has picked up their sword to deal with things, you know, and that can be quite cutting. And he's still holding his sword here and holding this power as well. So power is very important. And I do think this person is quite controlling, but they may very well see themselves as, you know, your soulmate, as you know, the man in your life. And I don't think they're going to be, I think they could be a bit controlling, as in, you know, not giving you a certain amount of room or leeway, or just maybe they're just very rigid in the way that they do things, and very controlling and strategic and logical about things. So they may not have a lot of patience. They may be a bit rough around the edges. They're just like a bit rough with things. And yeah, it's because that's where they do well. That's where they feel good. That's where they feel powerful, when they're in control. Okay, but I do see someone here that's very sharp, and this is a very like strong energy. So I can see why you're the Queen of Swords. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm all woman. Obviously, you're very feminine. It's a very feminine card. But at the same time, you're not putting your heart on your sleeve. You're defending yourself against someone. And this person is very focused, possibly on the past as well. You may be focused on the future, especially with the Eight of Wands. You're moving forward. You're positively moving forward, especially in your mind. There's growth there. And I think this person is quite focused on the past. This person maybe isn't as able to kind of move forward like you. The Emperor does talk about someone that is quite rigid as well. So this, yeah, this person kind of looks to the past a lot, and they may not like to see that you're kind of gaining this independence, or this independent or more logical way of thinking, or more defensive, more protective, more sharper kind of communication with them. They may feel like they would maybe like things to be how they were, maybe like you to be how you were. But you see things clearly now. You see things very clearly, and you're dealing with things head on. So in the past, we've got the Seven of Wands. So yeah, like I said, defensive, but having made a decision. And this is also a card about setting standards for me, especially in a relationship reading. This card is about self-respect, pride, self-love, being inspired to protect yourself and your values and your wants, needs, and desires. Whatever it is that makes you feel happy and alive and excited about life, your journey. You're kind of protecting these things, and like you're kind of set a standard as to what you will, how far you will let someone come in and start to dictate things to you. You're like, okay, you can come this far, and now you're kind of encroaching on my kind of what's the word, liberty, personal liberties, my own integrity, so you kind of put your foot down here. And in the past, we have this energy. So I think they kind of saw you. Yeah, maybe they saw you with someone that was very attractive, very sexy, full of life, full of potential, a very strong individual. They saw someone with many talents and very warm. The King of Pentacles here does talk about, again, there maybe have been a man here who offered you some sort of security. Again, it's another king here. So yeah, this person maybe had wanted to offer you some sort of security when it comes to money, home, and a family life. They might have wanted to fill your fridge, I'm getting. Like simple things like, just help with everyday costs. But you may have felt like they were encroaching a bit too much, on your personal space. And they may have found you to be a little bit untamable. And but all they really want is this kind of home life, this stability at home. That's what I'm getting. And to kind of build something with you and to lay down roots. So this person probably is very, like I said, like the Emperor energy, they're very grounded. They like to see what's coming. They like things to be predictable. But now I think I just get that they're being a bit mean, and that's why you're like this. And I think you're wanting to let it go. I feel like, especially with the Eight of Wands here, it's like you're wanting to kind of release that. You're like, okay, that's enough. And that could be what this is about. And I can skip right through to the reading really, because it just shows here that there is this distance here that they feel from you, that you're no longer, again, Pisces energy. They do feel like you're a wish come true, yes, but they also feel that you're hiding things. There's things going on that they don't know about. And I think there's a kind of energy of them also missing you as well. And that they may feel like you're keeping secrets. So that's probably what this is about. And I think it's actually you that, I think it's, the Three of Swords is a painful card to some extent, even if it is short-lived, okay? But it does also talk about realizations and coming to a kind of truth about things that could be heartbreaking even for you to deliver that news, but you're not kind of being too much in your heart, like your emotions. You're like just trying to make the right decision for you. And I think that maybe you weren't like now you're coming at them in the same strength that they're coming, or the same angle as them in terms of being logical and using your words to defend yourself. But I think in the past there was a bit of incompatibility because this person likes steadiness and predictability and commitment. And I think, you know, maybe you were going through a bit of a phase at that time in the past where you were setting more boundaries for yourself, learning more about your standards, needing a bit of space to grow. And really, I think enjoying your independence and really relishing and learning to really love and celebrate who you are as an individual. And you may have needed room to grow into that, because that's what the Queen of Rods is about. She's all about transformation and, you know, confidence and needing room to do what she wants to do, and no one can tame her. She can sometimes be compared to a tomboy kind of energy as well. That kind of, she likes to get rough and ready, like she wants to go horse riding, you know, she wants to go climbing. I mean, maybe didn't want to do that, maybe did, but you know, she's quite the adventurer as well. Sometimes there is that aspect to her. And the King of Pentacles isn't really that guy. He's the kind of guy that likes to have like 3 meals a day at the same time, you know, and loves that consistency, loves the home life, loves to cuddle up and watch TV and, you know, just be comfortable and have his luxuries around him, you know, and he likes all that sensuality and even a bit of possessiveness as well. So I can see how there could have been a conflict here. And you were very much like, well, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't think that you could deny your own feelings here. Maybe in the past, you know, in the Pisces, you might have gone with the flow, you know, but not at this stage in your life. And I think you're very strong here with the Queen of Swords and Queen of Rods. So, yeah. How they feel about you beneath it all, from what you may not know, or their subconscious, you've got major arcanas for them. Okay, so the Emperor and the Empress. So yeah, I think you are dealing with a soulmate here, or maybe someone that you've been with for a long time. There's definitely a strong connection here. This could be a marriage partner, could be your husband that you're kind of deciding to lay some sort of law down with. No longer kind of just following his lead all the time and doing things his way. Maybe you want a bit of change. Maybe that's what this Page of Wands is about as well. Maybe it's not as serious as I'm making out. You know, maybe it's just that you're kind of fed up of the same old routine, and that you have needs too, and you're starting to learn that. You're starting to see that there's certain needs and wants that you want. You maybe want more excitement, period, you know, in your life, or in this relationship. And I think this person's a little bit stuck in their ways. And I think they want to be the one to make the decision. So if it is a case of that you are being smart, you're going to have to be smart and make it seem like it's their idea. Okay, so it's probably a case of suggesting, oh, you know, I think it should be done this way in a really sweet voice. Or don't you think it would work better this way, because then we do this. And then maybe he'll be like, oh, yeah, that's it, you know. And then he can develop the idea, but you can maybe suggest it. So you may have to be kind of smart with this person in order to, maybe if you did want to continue the relationship, which doesn't look like you do, but if you did, then that would probably be the way you'd have to go about it. But yeah, you're feeling very positive about the decisions that you've made. You're not confused at all about what makes you happy and what doesn't. You're quite sure that you know, whatever you're moving away from, you're not looking back, kind of thing. You're very positive. And they are having to be strong here. They're having to tame their own emotions. So this person also can talk about someone that is quite angry as well. Okay. But I mean, I'm just picking up intuitively from what I'm seeing that it could be that this person is very, you know, we see also this controlling energy again. So this element of control could be an issue in the relationship. And they do see you as their wife, as their woman, as like this ideal, beautiful, perfect, bountiful woman. And they see you that in that with the Queen of Rods as well. They see you as someone who has, you know, the world at her feet, or at least the moon at her feet, and is very abundant and very beautiful and very feminine. And I think they are quite in love with you, to be honest. And if you do have kids together, then obviously they see you as a mum of their kids, or they would like to see that in the near future. So I think there's a lot of high hopes for you, and they do feel very compatible. But as I said, I think it's actually a phase that you may be going through in some way where, you're wanting to kind of spread your wings a bit with the Queen of Rods and now the Queen of Swords. And they may feel they need to hold themselves back. They have to, again, there's this untamable energy that maybe they feel you're untamable, or they feel that they have to restrain themselves. But again, there's a lot of passion and a lot of love as well. This is a card of Leo. So yeah, there is a lot of love here, and possibly even compassion for you. Okay, so if they aren't showing that, they are probably going through, I mean, these are both major arcanas too, so they're actually going through a lot of internal changes, a lot of personal growth here, possibly with becoming more grounded, and also learning how to change, learning how to develop or tame their own beast within, in terms of, because we are creatures, okay, and we are creatures of habit. And sometimes, this is also about kind of breaking habits for me. As I read the Strength card, it could be like kind of breaking bad habits in a way, or habits that just get you in trouble, like, knee-jerk reaction type things that you do, and that maybe this person is doing, and they're learning that they can't just act and say what they want. They can't just be bossy and just be a bull in the china shop and just do what they want. They have to show some restraint. They have to use a higher wisdom. They have to tap into that wisdom basically within and come out of their masculine a little bit. And that's the lessons they're learning. But these are major arcanas, and the Empress card as well tells us that this could be a while before this person actually does start to learn to overcome these things. Okay, so we've got you here, Justice card. Major lessons for you that you're learning is you're developing that Queen of Swords energy, which is much really about you finding your inner truth and standing by it, and learning how to cut things out, to be strong and to be detached sometimes, and knowing something's not working, and knowing when it's time to be that judge and protect your own destiny, your own path, and cut things out when you need to. So really being your own judge. Also karma again. We do have a karmic relationship here, or a soulmate relationship, or a twin flame situation, or maybe you're married, but there's definitely some sort of quite deep bond here and resonance between you two. And it could be that you're being asked here now to make a decision as to what way you go forward. And this is your decision, it's no one else's. How you reach your decision as well is nobody else's business with the Justice card. This is you and using your own wisdom and being brave and honoring your own truth. Okay. So we've got the Chariot card here again. All these major arcana as well. What a month. So the Chariot card and the Magician card for their intentions. So they are hoping to still be able to manipulate this situation with the Magician card, okay? And the Chariot card also talks about not letting go of a situation. Again, we do have some sort of control issues, and Cancerians as well. This is a Cancer card, and Cancers are known as one of their more negative attributes is to be controlling or emotionally manipulative or emotionally controlling. So you could be dealing with a Cancerian person as well. They often can come through as the Emperor as well, because they can be sometimes very macho, or they are very much about traditional roles, so they believe the woman does this, the man does that kind of thing. Sometimes Cancerian men can be that way. Not all the time, of course, but a lot of the time, it's one of their traits that maybe they need to kind of chip away at a little bit to make it work for them a bit more, rather than hindering them. And yeah, they don't want to let go. Absolutely not with the Chariot card. They're hoping that you guys will not break up because of this, that it will all still be able to be held together. And they think that they're in the driving seat. They think that they're hoping to kind of maintain the reins in the relationship, and they will do everything that they can to do that. They will do it through being lovey and mushy if they need to. They'll do it by spending money on you. They'll do it by saying all the right things or all the wrong things to make you think or do or believe certain things. Or maybe with the rods, they'll try and use sex and passion and excitement, but they will really try and figure out. So yeah, we do have the King of Swords here. This person is quite smart, and they are very used to maybe even getting their own way. And yeah, that they feel like they've got this, you know, they feel like, yeah, I'm gonna remain in control. But you know, you're being advised here, I think, with the Justice card, and I think it's not even advice, but it's just coming through that you're basically intending to develop your own skills of drawing lines in the sand and being quite strict about them, you know, having clear boundaries. And they will, I think they're going to just love you more for it with the Nine of Cups here. You know, you are some sort of wish fulfillment for them. But yeah, they do feel like there's parts of you that they don't see, you know. I think they do actually can quite respect the fact that you are this kind of very feminine energy, and I think they just love you more for it actually. And I think masculine, this person is coming through as a very masculine person, and I think that they just like you more because of it, because it's pushing them to grow. You know, sometimes you can't help but love the people that you hate or love the people that put you through things because they make you grow, or that, you know, there's something about it. But I'm kind of getting that as well. But ultimately they do see you as wish fulfillment, and they feel very smug about something as well. Okay, so it could go both ways. I mean, it could go that you say, you know, I'm drawing a line in the sand, I'm separating myself from you, and I'm trying new things, meeting new people, I'm following my destiny, following my star. But it could also be that, you know, this person does sort of gain some sort of momentum or succeeds in some way, gets their wish, okay, and they feel quite smug about it. And maybe you are feeling a little bit defeated and a bit hurt because this person is very smart, okay, and maybe they are able to kind of say all the right things and do all the right things to keep you where they want you. And again, this could be just them just representing you, that they just feel like they've got you, they won the situation, and but I think again, I mean, either way, even if there is no breakup, you know, this could still be representing that you do come to a realization that of a truth that as heartbreaking as it is, you know, it's the truth. So you do realize the truth here, maybe about this person or about the situation, and it's heartbreaking because you had other expectations for this person and the relationship. Yeah. So it's 30 minutes. I've talked for long enough. I'm going to go ahead and take this through for another 20 minutes or so into the extended. I'll be pulling out clarifiers for this. We'll really just kind of clarifying the whole reading as a whole, as overall kind of messages. And I'll be using the Mirror Love Oracle deck to look at the situation between you two again, get some more insight from Spirit from an Oracle kind of reading perspective. And I'll be looking at the 3 months ahead for you as well, with regards to your love relationship. So we'll see where this Page of Rods takes you. And yeah, it always gets interesting over there. So hopefully I will see you in the extended. If not, I guess I'll see you mid-month, or hopefully on Facebook for your weeklies, or Instagram at Persephone's Journey Tarot for your daily readings. And they're always quite interesting and fun. So yeah, take good care. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.